Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's chair yoga class. So for this class, as for all the classes that we do with chair yoga, you might choose to have a step stool that can help bring the floor a little bit closer towards you. It can be comfortable to rest your feet on top of, or you can have some yoga blocks, and you might want to have a bolster or a cushion, a couch cushion or a couch, like a throw pillow that you can use to rest your arms onto for relaxation and meditation. You could also use the cushion for behind your back to give you a little bit of extra support when we're sitting in the chair. So we'll start today's practice by coming to a seat in our chair and just finding a position that's comfortable. I like to have my blocks underneath my feet to start in the morning here in this practice. So choosing to have blocks or books or a little step stool. And just bringing your awareness now to the space around you, just to acknowledge that we're transitioning into our yoga practice. So as you start to settle in, maybe considering if there's something that you can do to help yourself feel even 5% more relaxed. If there is something like a sip of water or an extra pillow or a pair of woolly socks, then feel free to do that. Otherwise, if you're feeling relatively settled and you're ready to start, you might choose to close your eyes. You might also choose to allow your eyes to be open, or perhaps taking a softened gaze. So just taking a moment now to allow yourself to move your awareness from your external surroundings into the internal landscape of your body. And maybe starting by noticing how you're feeling in your physical body this morning. Noticing if there's areas in your body that feel especially relaxed and spacious. Or noticing whether there's parts of your body that feel a little bit restricted, a little tight or sore. It's just checking in with your body from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. Just noticing how it feels. And remembering that there's no specific way that one needs to feel at the start of their practice or even during their practice. We're just simply taking time to notice what's happening in our bodies. And now you might choose to investigate how you're feeling in your mind. Perhaps noticing whether your mind is filled with busy thoughts, things of what you need to do after class today. Again, not needing to get caught up in the story of those thoughts, just simply noticing what's happening within the mind. And then shifting awareness to your heart. Noticing how you feel in your heart. You might notice that you're feeling joyful or hopeful or energized. Or perhaps you're feeling a little melancholy, maybe a little meh. Perhaps distracted or sad. Again, just noticing these sensations of the heart without needing to get into a story of why. Just giving space for these sensations to be present within us as we move through our practice today. And then as you feel ready, shifting awareness now to the breath. Simply noticing that you're breathing. This might be the first time that you've brought your awareness to your breath today. There's nothing that you need to change about the breath at this point, just simply noticing. If you're finding that attention or awareness to breath is making you feel uncomfortable or anxious, if your eyes are closed, you might choose to open your eyes. Or you could also move your awareness away from breath and back either to sensations in the body or even sensations in the heart. As we start to move into our practice this morning, I'd like to start by cultivating a pranayama, a breath practice called Dirga breath, which is basically the yogic breath or the three-part breath that many of us automatically move into when we're practicing yoga. So once again, eyes open or closed, whatever feels best for you. And also remembering that if this makes you feel uncomfortable, this practice, just come back to your natural breath pattern. So for the Dirga breath or the Dirga pranayama, simply allowing yourself to notice your inhalations and your exhalations. But the invitation here is to perhaps start visualizing your lungs as a cup that holds water. And as you inhale, visualize sending the breath into the very bottom of the lungs and then filling into the middle part of the lungs. And then finally filling the breath up into the upper part of the lungs. And then as you exhale, allowing the breath to empty from the top third of the lungs, the middle third of the lungs, and then the bottom third of the lungs. So filling the lungs from bottom to top on the inhalation, and then emptying the lungs from top to bottom on the exhalation. The purpose of the Dirga breath is to take slow, full breaths within your natural rhythm. Now, as you continue with the Dirga breath, you might notice that as you start to inhale into the bottom of the lungs, you might notice the belly start to expand. And then as you continue to inhale into the middle section of the lungs, you might notice the ribs start to expand. And then finally, as you fill to the very tippy top of the lungs, you might notice a sense of lifting or opening through the collarbones. And then as you exhale, you might notice a relaxation around the collarbones, and then a softening through the rib cage and chest, and finally a softening through the belly. Now, if this is not something that you feel or are experiencing, that's okay. Just continue to stay here with the Dirga breath if it's comfortable, allowing the breath to come slowly and fully into the lungs. You might notice that the exhalation is starting to become a little bit longer and softer. If it felt right for you, you might choose to equal the amount of time you spend inhaling to the amount of time you spend exhaling. So if it takes you 4 counts to inhale, see if you can make your exhalation last 4 counts. Choose whichever count feels best. It might be 3 counts, it might be 5 counts. Simply choosing a rhythm that feels natural to you. Exploring if you can even out the breath in with the breath out. And the invitation for today is to bring this balanced breath, this Dirga breath, into the practice so that as we move through the different forms and movements today, I will be cueing you to return awareness to the breath, seeing if you're able to maintain the full, deep, slow, relaxed breath. It may not always be that the case, and of course that is absolutely normal and natural. And if at any time it feels awkward to have a slow, deep breath, then please by all means go back to whatever breathing pattern feels best for you. So as we start to move into some movement practice, I'm going to take my feet off the blocks, and the invitation is to just move a little bit forward in your seat, just to create a little bit more space. And we're just going to start with the muscles around the neck. So again, exploring the opportunity to work with the breath. As you inhale, turning your head to the right. And then exhaling and bringing the head back to center. We'll do that 3 times. So 2 more times on the right side. Inhaling. Trying to perhaps match the movement to the duration of your breath. So everything is going to feel a little bit slower today. 1 more time. And just pausing at center here. And we'll repeat the same thing on the other side. Inhaling to the left. And then center. So again, working with your own breath. You don't need to be moving as quickly or as slowly as I am. Doing your best, exploring this idea of linking breath to movement. And then pausing at center. All right, we'll do the same thing with a head tilt. So inhaling, tilting your head to the right. And then exhaling, coming to center. And of course, you're only exploring these movements as far as is comfortable for you. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more time, inhaling. And then exhaling. And pausing at center, and let's go to the other side. Inhaling and exhaling. So moving slowly, giving ourselves an opportunity to really become aware of the sensations of the body as we move through these shapes and forms and movements. Using this slow pace, this equal exhalation and inhalation to stimulate the relaxation response within our body. And then the last neck one, we'll just do a little chin tuck down. So inhaling to look down. And then exhaling to come to center. Inhaling to look down. And then exhaling center. And let's try one more. Inhaling to look down. And then exhaling, coming to center. All right, moving into the shoulders, creating some shoulder circles. So inhaling as the shoulders come up, and exhaling as they go back and down. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Pausing here. And then invitation to go the other direction. So inhaling to take them back and up towards the ears, and then exhaling forward and down. Inhaling and back and towards the ears, and then down. One more time, inhaling back, and then exhaling. Lovely. Moving into the arms, allowing the arms to rest along at your side. Again, only exploring as deep into the range as is available for you today. Inhaling, palms turn up, arms towards the sky. And then exhaling, palms down. Inhaling, palms up. And then exhaling, palms down. Taking the same movement, but to the front of the body. Inhaling, palms up. Turn the palms down, exhaling, press down. 2 more times. Inhaling, palms up. Exhaling, arms down. 1 more time. Inhaling. And then exhaling. And just letting the arms relax down. Now just doing some wrist rolls here. And then reversing that. Good. And then relaxing the arms down. I'm going to turn sideways for cat and cow. You're welcome to stay where you are. So same, connecting with breath, movement into cat and cow. Again, monitoring the range that's available to you. Exhaling to move into your cat, round into the spine. And then inhaling to stack up to center. Maybe this is as far as you go, or maybe for some of us, we can go into a little bit of an arch as we send the heart forward. Exhaling. Inhaling. The focus today is not necessarily the range of movement. It's not about how big the movement is, but more so listening and paying attention to connecting the breath with the movement, looking for that nice balanced inhalation and exhalation, if that feels right for you. And then exhale. Let's do one more. Inhaling. And exhaling. So we're using the breath to try to stimulate our relaxation response. So we're using the breath to move into what's called our parasympathetic nervous system. That is the nervous system that we use to digest food. It's the nervous system that takes over when it's time for bed. The sympathetic system is our fight, flight, or freeze system. So that's the system that many of us operate every day. That's our go, go, go system. Every time there's an alarm or a dinging or a notice on your phone, that stimulates that system. So we spend a lot of time in that sympathetic system. So moving into the slower breath practice helps us draw the sympathetic down and the parasympathetic up to create a little bit better of a balance. All right, let's go into some hip circles, or what we call Sufi circles. So again, working with your breath as you inhale and exhale. You might choose to round your back at the back of the circle. You might choose to arch your back at the front of the circle. Totally up to you. You can make this as big or as small of a movement as works. This feels right. And again, working with that breath, really focusing on working with that breath. So as we slow the breath down, we slow down time. We become more present in the moment. We create a little bit more space to breathe, to listen to what our body is telling us. And then if it feels right for you, going the other way. And then when you feel like you're ready to come to stillness, coming to center, and pausing here in center. And so moving into a little bit of rotation. And we're going to keep this more movement, not so much of a static hold. So with the right arm, let's offer the right arm forward as we inhale. And then exhale, turning to the right. And then inhale to come center. And then exhale, bring that arm down. Again, you can do this without the arm. You might choose to inhale, take your hand to your chest. Exhale and turn to the right. Inhaling to center. And then exhaling, arm down. Let's do two more. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Again, not looking at the fullest range, not the deepest range, just trying to coordinate breath and body. And then exhaling. Let's try one more. Breathing in. And then opening. And coming to center. And then down. Palm down. Let's try the same thing on the left side. So inhaling. And then exhaling. So extension is the path, rotation is the path to extension, okay? So we really want to work this gentle rotation. This will help us create more length in the spine. Inhaling, it helps to create more space. Let's do two more, inhaling. And rotation is often one of the hardest movements for people to explore. So again, keeping it very small. Let's do one more time. Inhaling and then exhaling. Inhale to center and then exhale, arm down. All right, so let's just do a little bit of side bending here. Arms can be long at the side. And we're just going to inhale, side bend right. And then exhale. Now, as you inhale, think of opening through the left side or the right side of the body as you go to the left. And then exhale again. It doesn't have to be the biggest movement you've done today. Inhaling, opening through the left side of the body. Exhaling. Let's do one more. Inhaling. And then exhaling. right, moving into some half seated sun salutations or Ardha Surya Namaskar. Okay, so let's start with the hands can be either in the lap, or if it feels right for you, you could take them to your heart center. So linking this with breath, if you'd like to explore that, we can inhale and take our hands to the sky. Exhaling, taking the hands down as we fold forward, just rounding through the upper back. So this first forward fold is just the upper back. Inhale, pressing the arms into the hands into the thighs as you lengthen. And now exhaling, drawing the chin down, rounding through the upper back. And if it feels right for you today, you might want to explore towards the floor. That's a big exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, shoulders down. Inhale to the sky. And then hands can come down the midline. Exhale. Palms down. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale. Exhale, hands down the midline, rounding through the back. Just the upper back. Inhale, press hands to thighs, lengthen the spine, or maybe come into a little extension like we did at the start of class. A little cow action. Exhale, nod the chin. Now going only as far as is comfortable for you. You might choose to stop here or elbows on thighs, or maybe come all the way to the floor. That's an exhalation. And then inhale, rolling up. Exhale, relax your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. And then arms come down. Pausing for a moment. Let's come back to one more round. Inhaling, hands to the sky. And then hands to heart, rounding through the spine. So I'm changing my hand variations just to give you an option, lots of different options to use here with the hands. Press the hands into thighs. Inhale, shoulders down the spine, reaching forward. Exhale, fold, 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 all the way down. Inhale, rolling it up, shoulders down the spine. Exhale, relax here. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, hands down. All right, so we're going to add a full sun salutation. We're going to add a little bit of action with the legs. Okay, so before we start, I'll just say when it comes, there'll be a section where I will be drawing my knee into the chest. If you're not able to actually lift the leg up off the floor, you have the option of just coming up onto your toe or maybe lifting the leg a little bit off the floor. Okay, so just exploring what kind of lift that you can get there. All right, so here we go, full sun salutation. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, upper body folds. Press the hands into the thighs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold down. Inhale, roll up. Maybe take a cow. Now we're going to go into cat. Now into cow. Lengthening the spine. Exhaling, you can take your right leg and draw up. Inhale, take it down. Hands to the left leg. Exhale, draw up. Inhale, take it down. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rolling it all the way up. Hands can come to the sky. And then hands down into your heart or down onto your lap. Let's do 3 more of those. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhaling to fold. Inhale, hands lengthen the spine, shoulders down. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, come nice and tall, stack the spine. Exhale, cat, round the back. Inhale, tall. Exhale, this time let's go left leg first. Left leg pulls in. Inhale down. Now right leg, maybe you just come up onto your toe, or maybe you lift the leg a little bit. Inhale down. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up, hands to the sky, and then hands to heart. Okay, I changed my mind. We're going to do that twice more. Here we go. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhaling, upper back, half forward fold. Hands to thighs. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, roll all the way up. I can turn sideways so you can see me from the side. Exhale, you're going to go into your cat. Inhale and stack. Right leg again. Exhale, right leg pulls up. Inhale, place it down. Left leg pulls up, trying to keep the spine long. Inhale down. Exhale, fold forward. And then inhale, roll all the way up, hands to the sky. And hands to heart. All right, one more time through. Here we go. Inhale, reach. Exhale, remember the focus today is trying to find that equal breath, linking breath to movement if it's available to you. Hands to thighs as you lengthen the spine. And then folding forward. Rolling up. Use your hands to help. That's an inhale. Exhale, we're going to go into our cat. Inhale into long spine. With the left leg now, either heel, foot, or pull the knee in. Inhale down. Right leg, heel, foot, or pull the knee in. Inhale down. Exhale, folds. Inhale, rolling it all the way up. Taking your time, you don't have to work at my pace. Hands to the sky. And then hands down into your heart. Relaxing your palms. Finding your breath. All right, we're going to move into a series of warrior forms. All right. So the first one, we're going to move into warrior one. So shifting yourself over so that your left leg is free of your seat, but you're sitting on that right thigh. Now take the left leg and reach it behind you. I'm going to do it from the side so you can see. Reach it behind you, leg, toes tucked under, knee can be slightly bent. And we're just going to come here into a lunge. Okay, so we can stay here, hanging on to the edge of the chair if you like. Inhale. And then exhale. Let's try two more. Inhale. And then exhale. One more. Inhale. And then exhale. Now let this knee slide in so it's hanging down. And then inhale, this hand can come to the sky or it can come to your shoulder. Okay? Sky or shoulder. And then exhale, just do a little side bend towards the back of the chair. And exhale. Let's stay here for one more breath. And then exhale to come up. You could use your hand to help this leg back. And then come to center. And then it might feel right to do a little cat and cow action here. And one more. And then exhaling, we go to the other side. So turning or shifting. So you can just shift over. This time the left leg is on the chair. The right hand is behind. You can hang on to the edge of the chair here, inhaling. And then exhaling. Inhaling. Let's try one more, getting a bit of a stretch, a little bit of work in that back leg. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Now you can use that leg, pull it in a little bit so it's hanging down. Hand can go across your chest. You're hanging onto your chair so you don't like fall out. Or inhale, hand to the sky. And then side bend. Stay here as you inhale. Again, hand can be across your chest. Stay here as you exhale. Find that even breath. And then bringing the torso up, using the hand, bringing the leg in, and then coming back onto your seat. And once again, exploring rounding and lengthening and rounding and lengthening. Good, moving into warrior two. So for warrior two, you can move to the front edge of your seat. Take your right leg and you're sort of angled. So you're pointing towards the right, your right leg is out to the right. This left leg, you're just gonna start to walk it out behind you. Now, for some of us, the likelihood of it going way back there is not very high. So it's probably gonna come out in front a little bit. That's okay. You can walk this right leg open. For some of us, it'll feel better to keep that knee bent. Okay, so just be mindful. Okay, if you know you've had a hip or a knee replacement and it feels a little bit awkward, then walk your foot a little bit more to the front. That's fine. Okay, and then you can pause here in your in your warrior two pose. You might choose to take your arms parallel or palms up here. And then you could look over to the right, maybe take the right hand down, the left hand down. Just think about what feels best for the shoulders. I'm going to take my arms parallel today. And then we'll be here for 2 breaths as you inhale and exhale. Oh, one more breath, inhale. And then exhale. Now take this right hand and left hand down. You can side bend to the right so that you're resting on the elbow. And then the left hand can come across the chest here for side angle as you inhale. And exhale, or maybe you choose to take the arm to the sky as you inhale. Nice, strong feet. Exhale. Oh, one more. Exhaling, bringing the arm down, coming back up. Take this left hand, slide it down the left thigh, turn the torso towards the right, and maybe reach the hand up for the reverse warrior here as you breathe in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. Hand comes down, back to warrior two here, arms long if you like, inhaling, exhaling, finding that blink of breath if it feels right, breathing slowly and comfortably. Taking the right arm down, the left hand can come on the hip, it can come across to the opposite shoulder, or it can come towards the sky here as you breathe in and exhale. One more breath. And then exhale, taking the left hand down. Let's side bend the other way, little side bend. Try not to rest the hand on the knee. So it's either above the knee or below the knee. And then reaching the right arm across to the sky, or maybe it comes across the chest, or maybe it stays down on the thigh. Your choice here is you inhale and exhale. And then coming all the way back up, using your hands to help bring your legs back to center. Come to your chair for a moment here as we take a breath. And we're going to prepare to go to the other side. So turning your torso slightly to the left leg is going to come out. It's like you're sitting on the corner of your chair. And then the right leg can extend. Okay, so it's okay for it to be, it's not going to be out to the side the way we would do traditional warrior two, just because of the angle of the hips. So it's okay to walk that a little bit further forward. Okay. And then turning the torso and the head towards the left here, pausing, noticing how this feels, maybe getting a big stretch along the inside of that right leg, and then deciding you might choose to take more of a peaceful hand position for a peaceful warrior two. Or maybe you take the hands at your heart, or maybe you extend the arms. I'm going to take my hands at my heart for this side. Looking towards the left here as you take 2 full breaths, inhale. And exhale, remember the focus is the breath. So while we're moving the body, we're really trying to see if we can stay connected with that smooth breath as best you can. Left arm is going to come down. Right arm can stay across the chest, on the hip, or maybe towards the sky here for side angle. Again, 2 breaths. If it feels okay on your neck, you might choose to look towards the ceiling. Otherwise, you can look straight ahead. And then coming up as you inhale, hand comes down, and side bending to the right this time. Again, hands can come across the chest. It can rest on the thigh, or maybe it goes to the sky, remembering that the right hand is either above or below the knee joint. Here as you take a breath in, we're going to repeat that one more time. As you're ready, inhaling, we can come to warrior two. Maybe hands can come to your heart. Left arm down, right arm across your heart here, or maybe towards the sky, or side angle. And then coming up, right hand on the right thigh, left hand can come across the heart, looking to the left, or maybe even taking that arm to the sky, or your extended warrior. See if you can find that even breath, samavriti, even breath. And then slowly coming to center, hand comes down. You can use your hand to slowly bring that leg in. Walk your feet together, come to your seat, and just take a moment here as you inhale and exhale. We're just going to finish with a gentle spine twist to each side. So the invitation here is to take this right hand behind you, maybe hanging onto the edge of the chair, the back of the chair, or even just placed on your seat. And the left hand is going to go on the right knee. With your hands, use them to gently press down to lengthen the spine towards the sky, so you feel like the top of the crown is reaching towards the ceiling. And then gently turning the head and torso. You might choose to bring your legs right together, squeezing them together, or you might choose to keep them hip width apart. And then maybe turning your head here as we stay here for 3 breaths. Remembering it's not about the depth of the movement. It's more about the connection of the breath. And then inhaling, bringing the head to center, releasing the torso, pausing here for a moment. And then we're going to go to the other side. So left hand goes behind, right hand can go across onto the left knee, press down to create length, and then gently rotating. Here is you inhale. And then slowly bringing head to center and bringing torso to center, pausing in the center here for a moment. All right, we're going to go into our seated relaxation. So if you wanted to go to your couch or your bed for relaxation, feel free to do so. I'm going to work in seated. So I'm going to find my bolster and I'm going to get my little blocks so that my knees can be resting a little bit higher. And I'm going to sit back in my chair so I'm supported. And the bolster in the lap or a cushion in the lap is lovely because it allows you to take your hands and they can rest palms up or palms down, whatever feels comfortable for you. So as we move into this final form, the seated Shavasana, the seated rest pose, this is the culmination. This is the end point. Everything that we've done to this point has been to get here, to move and shape the body in different forms, to free the breath. So as we start to settle into the Shavasana, your choice could be to have your eyes open, partially open, or closed. Doesn't matter, whichever feels best for you today. Allowing the shoulders to relax from the ears, allowing the eyes to soften, and then perhaps close or simply softening so that you're not actually looking at anything in particular. See if you can come back to that lovely Dirga breath, the equal inhalation, exhalation, known as Samavriti. And I'm going to repeat some phrases to you today, and I'll be saying them as if it's your voice. So you might choose to repeat these to yourself, or if not, if that doesn't work well for you today, just ignoring my voice and allowing your attention to rest on the breath. I invite my feet and my legs to relax. My feet and my legs are relaxing. I invite my hips, my pelvis, and my lower back to relax. My hips, my pelvis, and my lower back are relaxing. I invite my lower abdomen, my upper abdomen, and the middle of my back to relax. My lower abdomen, my upper abdomen, and the middle of my back are relaxing. I invite my chest, my upper back, and my shoulders to relax. My chest, my upper back, and my shoulders are relaxing. I invite my hands and my arms to relax. My hands and my arms are relaxing. I invite my neck, my throat, and my jaw to relax. My neck, my throat, and my jaw are relaxing. I invite all the muscles in my face and in my scalp to relax. All the muscles in my face and my scalp are relaxing. I invite the front of my head, the top of my head, the back and the sides of my head to relax. The front of my head, the sides of my head, the top and the back of my head are relaxing. I invite my entire body to relax. My entire body is relaxing. We're going to move now into our meditation practice. So you can stay where you are, just wiggle your fingers and your toes, just so that you can clearly define the end of Shavasana and acknowledge that we're stepping into meditation. You might choose to have your hands resting palms up or palms down in your lap, or maybe in Dhyana Mudra, which is a hand gesture where the right hand rests in the left hand and the thumb tips come together. And as we move into meditation, I'll invite you to take awareness to your breath and see if you can cultivate that Dirga breath one more time. The Samavriti breath, the balance of equal part inhalation and exhalation. And as you start to cultivate that breath, the invitation for the practice of meditation today is to focus on the mantra. The mantra is words or saying that we repeat. The mantra Soham. Soham means I'm that. I am the divine. The divine is within me. And for this mantra of Soham, the invitation is to, in your mind, silently saying to yourself as you inhale, saying so. And as you exhale in your mind, saying to yourself, hum. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. If you would prefer not to use the mantra, then you might simply allow the awareness to rest on the breath. Whatever you choose, using this meditation for the next 2 minutes in silence. And then on the next exhalation, releasing the mantra, or releasing awareness of breath, releasing the hand mudra, and just taking a moment to allow awareness to focus on the sounds within the space that you're in. Perhaps thinking about where you are in the room in the relationship to a door or a window. And then just allowing the eyes to open slowly, looking around the room, maybe turning and looking over one shoulder, and turning and looking over the other shoulder. And then bringing your hands to your heart if that feels right for you today. If not, just allowing them to rest in your lap. Bowing your head, giving thanks to your body for the work that's done today. And perhaps remembering as you move through your day that you can always come back to that Dirga breath, that balanced breath, to help stimulate your relaxation response, to create better balance in your life. May all beings be free from suffering and live in peace. Thank you so much for joining me today in this chair yoga class. I look forward to seeing you again. Have a lovely day.